web design, and free kidney.
I've been busy creating a new website. It's called AnnieKorzen.com and is a me site describing all the various things I do: write, act, lecture, and teach public speaking. Please check it out. The average cost of creating a website is about $2,000. I, of course, did it for much less, with a little help from a friend who got low-cost guidance from a cousin who's a pro. Then I wondered if one could get a site designed for free. I looked on Craigslist, and sure enough, someone was offering that service. He was a graphics student and wanted something for his portfolio. Speaking of Craigslist, last night I gave a bargain junkie presentation and asked the audience if they had scored any fabulous freebies online. One woman told of a friend who had been waiting for a kidney transplant for 6 years and finally found one for free on Craigslist. Some good Samaritan was making an offer she couldn't refuse. She is now alive and well with a brand new kidney. The donor is now looking for someone who needs a partial liver transplant. It strikes me as a bizarre form of altruism, but why look a gift organ in the mouth?
Party on.
The real fun of any party is connecting with other people. There's nothing worse than going to a shindig where you barely know anyone and leaving the party in the same isolated state. It doesn't cost a thing to make introductions between your guests, and it's a much appreciated gesture. The best technique is to hook up people with common interests. Terry, this is Alex. Like you, he collects Nazi memorabilia. I have a friend who celebrated sudden wealth by inviting 400 people on a private Caribbean cruise. The journey had 4 legs, and each week 100 people would disembark and the next group would get on board. The guests were all accomplished, creative people, and there was a sprinkling of celebrities. When we arrived, we personally knew about 15 out of the 100. But our host had a brilliant plan for connecting strangers: a salon. Every night before dinner, we would all gather in the lounge, and various guests would offer a lecture or a performance, show a film, read a short story, give a tango class, a cooking demonstration, whatever. My husband, Benny, became a big star. He entertained us with puzzles and games, which included levitating the rather hefty Francis Ford Coppola. The salon was a great way to break the ice, and by the end of the week, we were one big happy family. Many people who started out as strangers formed lasting friendships. This was a host who knew how to do his job. I was so impressed with the salon format that I tried to introduce it to my closest social circle. No such luck. My scuzzy friends would rather just eat, drink, and play poker. At birthdays, however, we do get creative. We eat, drink, and roast the celebrant with funny songs and poems, and then we play poker. In fact, game nights are a popular form of free fun in my highly competitive posse. We'll get together for an evening of boggle, charades, Pictionary. I won't say I enjoy every minute. I'm a boggle champ, but nobody wants me on their Pictionary team. All my pathetic attempts at drawings look like Rorschach tests. One of the most original parties we ever attended was actually a wedding present. Our hosts had received a gift of a private wine tasting seminar, and they invited a dozen friends to participate. An expert gave us a lecture and tastes of 12 different wines, each accompanied by food. It was fun and informative. This wedding present, needless to say, was not a gift you could buy on the cheap at a yard sale. At a holiday party, Kathy, a dance teacher, made an unusual contribution. She created a dance tape and brought a variety of percussion instruments: bongos, tambourines, triangles, castanets, maracas, the whole works. Banging out Latin rhythms was a great release from the daily grind, but you can only have this kind of fun if you are in contact with your inner child. Since my entire life is ruled by my inner child, I had no problem with it. One event that I will never host is a New Year's Eve bash.